What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and in my last video I asked you guys, what do you do with your Twilight Essence? Twilight Essence, if you've no idea what that is, short note on that, it is the red essence. It is the essence that you use to upgrade your exclusive equipment from 16 to 25. Exclusive equipment, of course, being the weapon of the hero. It is upgradable up to level 25, up till level 15 you unlock an extension of your skill every 5 levels. So level 5 you would get this, 10 this, 15 this. So it is very much worth it for some heroes to go to level 15. For some it's not that much worth it, then it's okay to be on like 10. There is a nice list on Pritwin for that if you want to check that out. For Marilee, I mean, she is my boss damage dealer, so we kind of want a ton on her. But after you get to level 15, you will need the red essence, you will need the Twilight Essence. And this essence is horribly rare. The in-game description for it is kind of wrong. Because usually you can see where you can acquire it, but this says Emporium, and my purchase limit is 0. And it is nowhere in there. Dream Realm, and that somehow does drop nowhere there. Normal essences drop there, but not the Twilight Essence. And in the trolley there is no pack for it at the moment. So, and was never there, so in that sense a bit weird. The only Twilight Essence that we got were from the world bosses. There you get it for the ranking rewards. And from Arena, because Arena, if you remember my video on it, we got champion in the first week, and there is like 25 Twilight Essence on every single champion tier. And if you are the first one to become champion, you get them all. So we got a nice 100 Twilight Essence drop. So I wanted to figure out now if this is any good. Is this like a good thing? Do you want to go for that? Is it really that important? And what I did is I used the same team 5 times to attack Necrodragon. And we did 70 million damage, 70,431,999 damage at our best attack. Usually the attacks were more around 69 million. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into my Resonating Hall. We're going to go to Marilee, who was the main damage dealer during those fights. We are going to go to Enhance, and we are going to use all my essence here to enhance this weapon. And we are going to see how much that really changes the damage, because I don't think it will do much. The first indicator for that I see is that this upgrade is very, very small. Check this out. 25 to 25.5, so 0.5% increase. Really not that great. If we compare that to like Odie, if we upgrade the weapon there, the attack is way higher. It's a 1.7% increase here. So not really sure. The upgrades seem to be a bit smaller once you are on those plus 16 levels. Nevertheless, I would say we go ahead, we try it, and then we do some fights and see if it works out. So 25 again, the upgrades stays the same really, 0.5. Again, 0.5, okay. Another 0.5. And we have the last 0.5 that we can do for the plus 10 to weapon. And there is indeed a breakthrough animation, which they seem to just continue it every 5 levels. We get a 5th star, that is pretty sweet. And the upgrade though is not really anything anymore, and there is no skill, of course. So yeah, we just have the plus 20 now. And we have 5-star Marilee, which looks pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, okay, that is pretty insane. I would say we just hop in there. We use the same team again. We use the same teams. Keep this score in mind, 70,431,000. This is the team. Is basically a movement-based team, because what Necrodragon does is if your character doesn't move for a certain bit of time, they get hit by pretty massive damage. So that is what we try to avoid. We can't really move the Rainier, so he is linked to our Thorin to survive a bit better, and usually everybody in this team survives. Sometimes it's a bit close, but usually this works out pretty well. Of course, I mean, like, we didn't really get the biggest increase. There was like a 2.5% increase to attack. If that is something we notice, we'll have to see. I mean, abilities like the Supreme Plus ability of Rainier give the hero you swap to the boss like 4% already. And then we have stuff like Faction Boost. I mean, this is not nothing, but just doesn't feel like a whole lot, so... If they made some super expensive packs in the shop with that, I probably wouldn't really go for it, I guess. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. This attack, I mean, like, we're going close, we're getting close there, and it is not a new record. despite all of those upgrades, but the 70 million attacks, they were kind of close. So what we are going to do now, I'm basically going to cut this together so that you just see the next fight results. So we're just going to skip through the fight results of the next fight. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. First though, let's check out the results. We have 35 million damage there and an astoundingly high number from Temesia, really. 11 million, not bad, even out damaging Corrin. Okay, next one, 69.537. Not really any different to the results we saw before. I reckon we just check out the next one. Okay, a new record indeed, but not by really a whole lot actually. Couldn't really tell where we got more damage there, so it's really just 300k. Let's just try again. Horrible damage here on number 4, 69.283, I think our lowest one yet. Yeah, quite bad to be honest. Okay, that's our final hit. 70 million, so we got one new record, I guess, in there. But I kind of feel like if I had just used some temporal essence and upgraded some of those weapons here, it would have done a bit more. So like, in the end, not sure if that was really worth it. I mean, like, the stats barely increased. We spent a resource that is super hard to acquire. And yeah, like, really there didn't really happen a whole lot there. I mean, like 50 now for going even higher is probably very, very crazy, honestly. And I mean, like, we already did the OD comparison, but here we even get abilities and the enhancement. I mean, on his weapon, of course, the enhancement also includes attack speed and crit, which is obviously crazy. Let's also maybe look at the Corrin. Yeah, and if we enhance here, also attack speed, crit. I mean, the weapon of Marilee, there isn't too much in there. I kind of feel like it would be very cool if we could experiment with that a little bit more, because obviously I did a bit of a sacrifice now, because this weapon is now upgraded. I can't really change that, which is one of the weird aspects of this game, where we kind of still stuck with non-exchangeable parts. Usually, I mean, like they did that on the normal equipment, where you just upgrade at 1 point and you're good, and the levels are for all heroes, so that is a thing. And still, on this little detail, we are stuck with what we have. And that kind of feels weird. Let's, by the way, do this little boss attack. I hope we survive. I'm not really sure how much damage this Arden will deal. Guess we will find out. Bit of a true damage team here. And again, our Marilee, of course, ready for the test. And yeah, I'm not really sad about upgrading Marilee, even though I think her weapon probably wasn't the best to do that, as you want one with a few more offensive stats. But in the end, I mean, I still think it's kind of weird. I had that feeling a lot actually recently with the Paragon video already. Now with the level upgrades from the weapon after +15, there's like currently that is probably the whale territory, and a lot of those upgrades in this whale territory feel kind of weak. And that is something that I've not really experienced from a gacha game yet, that the whales don't really get a big advantage. I guess for free-to-play or low spenders, it is a bit of an advantage that the game is designed that way, because it allows you to stay competitive to an extent at least, and allows you to basically rise up in the leaderboards once whales have reached this certain cap there is. And we see that on some leaderboards now of people that didn't nearly spend as much as the top people rising up there and taking spots, which I think is alright. It's just a bit unusual. So, here, by the way, that is crazy. That is just the way this works. Or Cassidy with max damage there, out-damaging Marilee. Bit crazy, but yeah, if you have a bunch of normal attacks, that's just the way this works. And we're going to review her at one point. I'm going to show you guys that, oh, and now we don't have Marilee anymore. Okay, let's go for just one last attack, because I thought this was just very fancy. We can go with an OD. And let's just go with who do we go? That is a nice idea, and then we just go with Smokey for some buffs. Yeah, I like that. I like that, let's go. Okay, Yeah, and I mean, it is certainly decent, even though, of course, the distance of a free-to-play player to a huge whale is still enormous. No question about it. It's still enormous, but not as enormous as in some other games that I saw. That much I can tell you. That much I can tell you. If you think about the other game that I played, Idle Heroes, there's certainly a bigger distance there, I can tell you that. A distance of like, for some parts, 10, 15 to 20 times the strength, at least, sometimes even more, depending on how long the other player played. You can just solo them with a single hero, or solo entire guilds with a single team in some competitive game modes, which is crazy, of course. So, yeah, in that sense, kind of positive aspect, we can say, for this game. But feels a bit weird. Like on the Red Essence, I don't really like the Red Essence. The Red Essence feels a bit weak, feels a bit too weak, I think. For what it is, like a competitive top tier reward, it should be a bit stronger. Tell me your opinion about this in the comments. Do you think that Marilee was worth it to upgrade? Do you like the 5-star look? I mean, the 5-star are really the fancy part for it. So, yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.